Hey, here we are. We're back. I don't know what the hell happened. It's like it was there and it was gone, and I don't know what the hell's going on. But we're back. We're live. We're here. Okay. Uh, how y'all doing? Nothing much changed since the last time. I just want to reiterate the only reason I was trying to get the show up here is because I needed to get a show up here because I've been missing a couple weeks and like it's been bad. I don't know why it's been bad, but it's been bad. It seems like all I've been doing is getting a chance to freaking retain some sleep, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate my summers. You didn't used to hate my summers. Well, at least as badly. The heat's always been horrible, but this is different. This is a new class. You know what I mean? Like this just sucks. Like this. But now it's more like I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like I can't believe we're having to deal with what the fudge is going on. Um, ooh, I'm trying to make sure I don't sound like an idiot to you guys. Is it better? That's better. Okay. Yeah. When I'm trying to be asleep, it's like all I do is work and sleep, and I don't get a chance to freaking fly. And I need to fly, and I need to build, and I need to talk to you guys, and we need to discuss things like how we're flying, how we're building, stuff like that. That being said, what are we doing? Are we doing good? Um, Abby, have you got it right yet? I'm giving you so much time, bro. I'm assuming that you've probably gotten it right by now. I hope you have. I don't know if you have, but I hope you have. I hope that it's like working for you. Um, because I know that it's rough. I mean, it's rough getting the plane just right. You know what I mean? Making that plane look a little different. And I get it that it's sometimes it's not going to work, but if there's any other videos that you have about like a phase two building or the Exile building or the phase three building, then you should obviously peruse that and make sure that we're doing the right stuff for you and you're getting the right plane down. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird to jump right into that, but I mean, seriously, it's like multiple folds, multiple planes. Come on, man. You should have a squadron by now, at least, if not a full wing, so we could figure out like what's going on. And you didn't post any others, so I don't know if like any of them are right, but I'm assuming you got. Please tell me one of them is correct. Huh? Should have got one of them right. I hope you got one of them right. I mean, I, I, I don't know what to tell you otherwise. I mean, seriously, I don't think it was it can be complex. You know, it can be complicated, but these are like some of our simplistic ones. Um, so we got to get you up to speed. You know, we got to get you there. And we're trying. So anyway, yeah. I'm thinking. Do I have a filter on? I do, and I do. Okay, good. All right, just checking to make sure. So what's been going on, guys? Other than that, what's been going on? We having some laughs. We having some times. Do you like where the flag is over there? I find this like I don't know how long we've been doing the show. We've been doing it like this. We have a picture, and then me, and I don't understand why I've got to be here. I probably shouldn't do that, but some of us have led the way, and now I'm doing it, and bleh, I don't know. I kind of want the camera like down here because it's where the action happens, but I got another camera to do that, and we're not doing the action quite yet because it's just unreasonable. Um, Everything else seems good. I don't really give a crap what you think about where that layout is. I mean, I do, but I don't. So, you guys are important to the extent of I'm gonna move this because I like where it's at. Ooh, this is much better. Hold on. I'm playing. I haven't played in a while. Actually, I think my cat beat the hell out of this thing. And if you guys have seen it, you've seen my cat. So my cat's beat this damn thing, and I'm trying to fix it. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. Trying to get it right. Trying to get my sleep on and doing too much bloody work for almost bloody nothing. It just like it's pissing me off because I'm losing my summers. I mean, I got work to do. I got play to do. I got things to do. It's a culmination of things. Um, Hurry up, Mark. Get us somewhere so we can get out of this mess, man. I mean, for real, we got stuff to do. You know, we got stuff to do. So anyway, um, I haven't built much. I've flown a bit though. I have flown. I've built modifications and lost one. I built another coyote. I built another banshee. wait, I built two Banshees and a Coyote, and I've flown them as well as others. Mostly them, because believe it or not, a lot of it's been indoors. Some outdoors flights, but most of it indoors, and just testing certain things, just seeing some mods and stuff like that. Has my force is almost completing its transition after I get a couple more of these new Phase 8 9s built of all of my aircraft having fins of some sort, except for Javelin, even though I'm probably just going to add it on. Um, the general consensus is I'm going to give it fluff. I may go with fluff. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I like that or not, but it's just a consideration. And I have learned, of course, actually that my throws on Javelin are just too damn hard. Javelin flies better when you back off some of the throttle, some of them so much. And again, I mentioned that like God knows how many shows ago, how long that was, but I had mentioned that, and I also realized that, of course, means it's actually not as badass an interceptor as I thought it was, because it shouldn't be. It should be able to take what I can give it, and it can't. So it's not the penultimate interceptor for me, and I definitely need another one. But it works. It does work, and it works really good considering. Oh, the flag thing. This layout seems to be popular on YouTube for God knows why. I don't understand. Like, everybody's so fascinated with AI, especially nowadays, so it's actually making more of a difference. And I don't understand why everybody on this, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't understand why everybody feels the need to be seen. Like, who bloody cares? Especially if you're doing some of the other things. Like, what we're doing, unless I'm building, not really interesting. And I'm not going to show you the down camera and the face camera while I'm building, because that's just stupid. But there's so many other stupid videos out there, mostly like first reaction videos. Dude, I don't care how you're reacting. I care how I'm reacting. Y'all need to just go back under the rock you crawled out from under, that was trapped under the internet, and stay there. And then the other dudes that come out here like gameplay, like, I've said it before, say it again, just show me the fucking gameplay. I don't need to see you. I don't want to see you. You idiots fucking shot in the basement, stuffing your face with McNuggets and beer. I don't care. Just show me the screen. I know you don't take up much of it, but then why bother taking the time to appear at all? You're not a news clip. I don't know. And that being said, I'm probably going to like do something stupid, like possibly this. And I become invisible. Because seriously, what the hell's the point? And I'm also thinking, like, I asked you about the flag because, like, well, we have our little watermark on here, so you already have the flag, and I don't even understand why the position, the needle position's over there. I might put the camera over there. I might superimpose my giant ass face all over this picture. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. So there's that. That's where we're at. I don't know. I don't care. So that's where we're at. But I was asking about the flag because, again, the flag is already superimposed over our watermark. So what am I defending here? What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I've never known what I'm doing, so I'm not really giving you anything to work with either, am I? We'll figure that out as we go. On a anniversary note, I know this isn't Paper Aircraft Weekly, but we're going ahead and get some of these rollouts, retirements, stand-ups, drawdowns, whatever, out of the way. And of course, nothing really. It's really weird how August is actually, especially this particular week, is kind of like a dry month. Any week is not really a dry month for OAE. OAE is obviously usually got plenty of stuff in his inventory, and there's no change here. He's got like 4 retirements, 1 active in Cobra. Am I remembering that right, or is that might be Powerhouse? That might actually be Powerhouse. Oh, these are just retirements. I have got one. The Phase 5 stood up. Well, okay, no longer the Phase 5 because I did some pondering around. But mine stood up in August 13th, 1993. So it's got a little bit of an anniversary going on, as being it's like 29 years old, almost 30. Years old, almost 40. 39 years old, almost 40. Did I say that right? I didn't say that right the first time. Sorry, I'm operating on little sleep, so like really, this is my life right now. You know what I mean? So it is 30. Yeah, it's almost 30 years old. It's 30. Yeah, wait, 93. It's 31 years old. Okay, not that's what I'm getting reversed. But anyway, yeah, 93 to 24. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's where we stand. Um, I said Cobra. Is Cobra? Was it Cobra? Oh, wait, is that yours? I think that's yours, right? That's yours, right? I'm looking through. It's in here somewhere. I can't remember where the hell it is. I know it's got a color, and actually, I'm pretty sure now it's yours because it's got that weird color. Yeah, there it is. I went back to August 11th because we missed a couple weeks. So it's August 11th of 2019. It rolled out. It's still active. So I wanted to particularly point that out because almost all the rest of the ones that happen are retirees, and almost all the rest of them are OAEs. Um, Strato Shark, for example, just one of the few. There's not many at this time of year. You'd figure there would be Arrow Vengeance. Back in 2014, 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Hey man, do you ever think it'd be saying something like that? For real? Do you think that would be the case? Because I never would think of the case, but yeah, just wanted to get that out there because again, I know that's not what this show is, but I want to make sure that everybody knew that. Go check out the videos. A lot of the videos, people have definitely been getting some videos out there about their flights and builds. I'm turning this into a mega kind of thing. Everybody's got. Hold on. I'll be able to tell you as soon as this. Man, my fucking mouse is really bugging the shit out of me. It like double clicks like rapidly, like it's not the well now it's might be the battery, but like seriously, one click equals 3 all the damn time. Tweak the settings and everything. It just really just blows donkey balls. Erica Man, Rockets, Experiment Coup. They've got a couple of them. Origami, etc. Paper Plane Channel. They've tossed some up there. Trike Dang. I'm just gonna call it that from now on because I like the way it's. He's got a couple capitalizations, so it's not as Dan, but it's like Trike Dang. I like that. We're using that. Holy crap, dude! Wait. IDE 67 Coon's got one, but hey. Is that Ben? Is that our good friend Ben? Has actually got. Oh wait. Oh, that's not okay. He's just got a film. All right, he's got a film out there because he's in the Palm Springs Air Museum. So I mean, cool, but not the anything by him. It's just like he's showing off this like the museum walkthrough. So it's still plane related, still cool plane related. We like that. We're keeping it. It's good. So we gotta throw him some props just because he got that out there. I always want to do that anyway. You're on the road? Hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, I know. This time frame works for you, dude. It's like 11 o'clock there, huh? You like traveling? Are you like going to work? You coming home? What are you doing? Ben's out there with you. Y13 is out there with you. On the same coast. So now, this time frame kind of works for me because, like I said, now I'm a night shifter, at least for another month and a half, and hopefully this will be my last. I said that last year when I went through the same crap with y'all, but I'm really trying to. I don't know. I don't want to stick with it. And I was trying to get. I was just going through there like Cobra. Was that what you did the for? Because Cobra. Yeah, I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying about like names and then active duty names, and like we have so many planes, and you're very prolific, so you've got a bunch of names, and like I try to come up with. I need to make sure that nobody else, like contradicts and has the same name, especially active duty. And I understand if we actually grow in members that might be a legitimate problem, but up until like for right now, it's not. But I just had to make sure. The inventory sheet. You probably haven't been on the inventory sheet a lot lately, because like you said, you've been kind of like life has gotten in the way. Here's that phrase again. But I colorized it, so now there's like it's a little bit easier to well for active duty. If it's retired, I don't have any color schemes to it. But if it's got a color, like your planes, my planes, every contractor's got their own color associated with it, and that's a little bit easier way to find some stuff anyway. I just had to remember what color you had. So, but I thought Powerhouse had a Cobra too. I don't know. I know. See, my talking leads me on a little bit different tangents about something like, oh, obviously, I don't tangent like NASA's does, but I do tangent. And one of the things, like, I name the planes, but I usually don't like to name the planes after animals that cannot fly because it kind of seems a little contradictory, even though I've actually named a plane the narwhal. It's silly. I know. Cool names are cool names. You just call them what you will. No cat in the history of cats, unless you throw it out somewhere, has flown before, but sure as hell Grumman's named them all after cats, haven't they? And I named the missiles after Grumman's after cats, so that's where they come up. But anyway, yeah, just personal preference. I don't know. So I knew it wasn't mine. Basically, the segue was I knew it wasn't mine. I want to come up with some cooler names that nobody's used before. And once I come up with something that, like Javelin, I need to get off what looks like a British kick for me. Everybody thinks I've got this British kick going on because of all the planes that I've got that have names and crap. And the thing is, I don't. They're not. They're just not. I don't. Vampire, Javelin, Wyvern. I mean, like, I got a bunch of them. But something else, too. It's not just them. Banshee. Yeah, I don't remember. I got so many. I'm sitting there trying to work the sheets because I don't know if I like dumped it or something like that, but when I opened up a new base, and I did open up a new base, damn thing didn't take. So where the hell did I even go? I just put it in there. What the flying fornication? Oh. This is getting worse and worse. How in the hell did that not pop up if it was under sill? Oh, that's why. Okay, because I didn't have an actual base in there. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, so yeah, I opened up a new one. No idea what the hell that is. Would you stop? This damn clicky thing's pissing me off. Anyway, I had to get it because, well, I had to get it. And, like, for some odd reason, it wasn't in the sheet that I had, the master sheet for the installations. So now that I did. And, yeah, I stood up a new base in Alabama, which, hell and gone now. It's 2 years ago now. See what I'm saying? Wait. Yeah, 2 years ago. Damn. Time fun when you're having plays. Yeah. So, and I'm trying to think of ways to finagle. Like, I've got a fin. I had all that stuff, but I can't believe it didn't save it. I've saved this thing on 4 different ways, including double time in the cloud and 2 different drives. And for some odd reason, nobody adds it. I don't even know how the hell that happened. So I got it written down. I'm just trying to replug it in. And yeah, I was also trying to figure out where the hell, you know what I mean? Like, where the hell that stuff, it comes into play. So, yeah, not missile bases. And we're going with empties because I'm going to need that. That's just not going to help out at all. But there they are. Okay, so, yeah. Trying to figure out what I need in what place. That's what's really going to help ultimately. Trying to figure out, like, where things are. So we're going to do that and that and that. And if it's out the West Coast, that don't matter. And if it's out to Wisconsin way, it doesn't matter. Neither does North and South Carolina for that matter. Okay, we're going to cut that down. Here we go. All right, now, because the Gulf Coast counts more than that. I got 2 in UGA. I got 3 in Texas, 1 in Florida, and 2 in Mississippi. So I got an Alabamese one. See, for all this stupid time that I got down south, and I hate the South, I sure got a hell of a lot of bases down there, don't I? Should probably just crack a leg and close them up. Except I haven't opened up a new base in forever, so I wanted to do that. So I'm doing that. Hopefully I can open up another one here in the very near future. Anyway, guys, yeah, what's going on with y'all? Well, you should. I think you should. I mean, seriously. I said it before and I'll say it again. I know you guys, like, okay, none of us have that kind of time. We should make time for the slow things, to slow life down. Just hobbies. And I consider this a hobby, and I enjoy it. And like for something like this, I think we should you should have another base or two, man. Even if it's only in California, you should definitely have a base. And like I say use it for no other reason than to remind myself of where I've been. I mean, no, not that I need particular reminding. It's nice. And again, the kicker was to have the core as it was, is to be cool about like having. And you've done this, right? What was it I said I was going to call you so I don't have to use three vowels because oi is just not working. Anyway, whatever. Can't call you int. Anyway, um, yeah, no, I like having fin codes. I like having squadron patches. You know what I mean? So you can only have one if you're at one base. But if you have multiple bases, you have those. And again, it'd be really cool. Like if we ever get together and we have all of our planes together and it's like an air show or something like that, and you have all these fin codes from all the different bases, like I can't have one with yours on it. I can't. You can't have one with mine on it because you're not based there. See, that's what I mean. That's what's cool. It's like planes you won't see normally because obviously they're from a different location. That's the cool thing about it. Not only the fact that obviously they don't look anything alike, but obviously like, hey, this is from the 121st Squadron over there at 363rd, stuff like that. I mean, again, I personally, for me, I mean, yeah, okay, I'm a little bit of a paper pusher, but other than doing the actual combat, that's the stuff I enjoy. So, like, seeing all those, when we all come out, if we were all come out to air show and we saw all these planes and they all had different fin codes, even though they do the same role, for example, if you all had interceptors and they're all there, but they're lined up and they all look different and they all got that's hype. It'd be really cool to see like seven of us with each one of our just seven planes, totally different contractors, totally different locations. You could tell that's what they were. So, I mean, I don't think it's, a strict, I don't think it's a strict observation of the rules. I think it's just the observation of the rules. I think what you're doing is the strict observation of it I'm thinking basically what you do is you just have a base where you are. That I think is the strictest acknowledgement of the rules as our part. Like I said, I consider it just wherever we've ever been counts. Now you can open up as many as you want whenever you've been, but I'm also thinking like, see, that's the whole thing. I think you should open up as many as you possibly can. If you want to close them, that's up to you. But like, I think you should just to do that, your fin codes. Okay. The other thing, the fin codes is again, a rule though, is like, we cannot have conflicting fin codes. It's first come, first served basis. Once you get in, unfortunately, you're grandfathered. Like, I mean, some people can be grandfathered. Like if you said like you get in and like maybe we have this few event. I think we did it with you. I did it with Robert too. And like, fuck, I might have done with Mark. You can retroact and grandfather in like certain codes. Like if your plane rolled out before you actually joined, okay, we'll count it. Probably shouldn't by our strictest sense of the rules, but we do because we got so few members. But if we start getting a bunch of members, I don't want to do that. Matter of fact, I'll be closing bases too. And that's what I'm saying. So what you're doing is cool, but like, I mean, with so little members and so few bases, I think like having as many as possible is kind of cool. This is one of the reasons why I think Mark hasn't done it yet. NASA's, even though I think he's going to, he'll close some, but well, good. I hope you do. What do you mean unlisted bases? You actually have some you haven't get in there? What the hell? Come on, man. Bring them online. Like I said, you want to bring the other one back? You can bring the other one back if you want. And then like I said, split it up. All your heavies. Airlifters and bombers at one, fighter and strikers at the other. Robert, what's going on, bro? You're back. How you doing, man? I'm trying to talk him into this like base thing, man. Help me out here. Like seriously, I mean, like I'm all for it. If you only build one, it's going to be easy for you anyway. I mean, look, I've got like 400. I've got a code, and I've been slacking. But that's also because I'm never usually happy with where they are. No two fin, like I said, if I have like the one that I've got here, the 355th, it's got FF on its fins. You guys can't have FF. I can't put them on any of my other ones, but that's what makes it cool. That's what makes it unique. So, like I said, and I mean, you did you? I mean, we can get into it in a different show or this show if you want. I mean, like you do remember the rules about naming the base, right? Like I said, subdivision, geographic landmark of some sort. Primary, that's your primary thing. Street name, secondary, and then then you go to cities because cities are usually reserved for our reserves, the battalions and such like that. But I mean, like primarily, you want to name it after like if there's a creek, if there's a freaking Indian mound, if there's a hill, anything, something like that. There, first and foremost, street is usually pretty good. Subdivision's perfect, unless it's like really stupid. Well, I mean, I don't mean that literally, but I mean like literally. Sometimes they're like that. See, there you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What the hell? That's actually kind of how I treat uh Parker or Copeland. I mean, it's training base, but also kind of like the mysterious base. Yeah, yeah. I, I I don't know, but then again, I also treat it wherever I'm at too. See, that's like you've been with us long enough to know like the sheets used to be like wherever you went there was an experimental detachment. But I thought that was actually kind of silly because that list would just grow and grow and grow because you build an experimental plane practically everywhere you go, and I hated that crap. That's like okay, we have to calm that crap down. So I stopped that. I'm like, okay, the experimental detachment is kind of like how you treat it currently. It's like that is only at the active base you're at. So everybody just has one. And right now, like if you choose to put a fin code on there, the fin code is just obviously an X preceded by the X preceding your company name. Right now, I mean, you can treat it however the hell you want, really. I mean, it's experimental. Do it a different color. Do it a different whatever. Put a giant freaking X over the wings. It just doesn't matter. But oh my God, you're not running for office, are you? Why are you not down with that? By the way, my girl does that all the time. How are you not down with that? I live for that. So it makes my life a little bit more bearable. It's like it ain't no secret anyway. See, that's the thing. People like this. Sometimes you think like people like us or people like this are like. That's not a shock. You would shock me by telling me she's just perfectly straight. Because all girls, man, all girls are like that. It's quite obvious. I think all girls are like that. So it doesn't really. God damn it, I'm moving that thing up. Transition. I might need a new mouse. Hey man, dude, if you plan on running for office, I'll vote for you because the two idiots that are running right now, ugh, dude, I made I kind of had a voyage of self discovery the other day. Ow, damn, bug bite out there building. Um, I had a voyage of self discovery. I think since I've been a registered voter, I don't think I've ever voted Democrat ever because for the most part, I hate what they stand for. For the most part, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like Republicans either, but they usually lean a little towards my way of thinking. They're just really kind of, especially nowadays, they're just complete assholes. So it doesn't like, dude, for real. Like, neither one of them fit to my line of thinking. I mean, I believe we have to have soldiers, super strong soldiers. Like you might as well put some serum in them that makes them like the Incredible Hulk kind of soldiers. However, they need to be educated. So the education system needs to be like, right on up there. I like smart soldiers. Like a little bit of both of that. See, Democrats only like one of those, and Republicans only like one of those. So they can't get along. And again, I'm not going to get along with them. Like I said, I don't know, I believe in women's rights. So the pro-choice thing is not really having to do with, I mean, I'm pretty vocal about that in the first place, but let's just say we're leaving it in the choices of women, not in the choice of governments. That's fucking stupid. And then, like I say, gun rights. Like, dude, no fucking human being besides like our like appointed law officers, and even then, some of them probably should only have guns. I mean, especially multiples. You fucking privileged white folk need to stop buying multiple guns when you only got two hands. Right to bear arms, yeah. In colonial times, you dumbass. The right to defend yourself from what? You don't live in the goddamn Ukraine. You live in America. You shouldn't need to defend yourself. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. I'm sorry. I'm not getting into that. That's a rant, not for the show. But anyway, any case, like, yeah, I don't think I've ever voted Democrat. I've only voted Republican like twice, and I usually somebody else, anybody else. I think I've wrote Mickey Mouse on the ballot. I think I've wrote The Rock on the ballot. I mean, I just like, hell, I might have wrote myself on the ballot. I just know I ain't. It's usually not them two because none of their stances match mine. Because they just suck. And yes, I'm saying the two idiots knowing full well that Biden's out of the race. Because again, I just don't. Anyway, let's go on with this shit. All hail the Ukraine. What do you mean? Okay, wait a minute. We got to clarify this one, motherfucker. You can't just leave this one open ended. What do you mean it didn't come down at all? Meaning it didn't come down where the hell you were going, or you weren't looking. So it came down on a roof or in a tree or something like that somewhere. Got caught by a thermal, carried it around where you weren't expecting, and it's gone. Or it just blew the hell up or burned up. I mean, I've lost planes in the air too, but I mean, like, it ain't like it like aliens came and took a paper thing. No. Something happened to it. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna ask a little silly version of that question. Is it paper aviation? I mean, a silly question. I totally expect it not to be, but you know, I don't think aviation's going anywhere. I just think we need a super dope hype advancement. You know what I mean? We need something because, dude, we've reached a plateau and we're too fucking happy with this plateau that we've been on for like 50 years. Basically, our modes of transportation they're like batteries. They're just stuck. I mean, we haven't changed. What the hell? Fucking Christians? I keep saying this the other time, like, I forklift load rail cars at night and during the day. It's my job now. And it's like, I've seen that thing about like the Dark Ages, the Crusades and shit, where the Christianity basically took out all the heathens and crap like that. In the meantime, they, took a look inside themselves and became deeply religious for like 100,000 years or whatever the hell they did. And like all of a sudden they took away everything from us. So we would not be as advanced as we could be. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you, Christians. You ruined it for everybody. Of course you would. You would, because that's you. But that's what I mean. Like, I should be loading like a power loader that hovers in a space station. Instead, I'm stuck here on a wheeled device, stuck to the ground, loading another wheeled device. Both of which are like 50 years old. The technology is 50 years old. Cars, trucks, rail, planes. And planes are so stuck, it isn't funny. If it wasn't for the military, every plane would look the goddamn same. You can tell because every civil aviation that carries passengers looks the exact same. There's two different types. You have the T-tail with two engines on the back, or you have the low wing with two engines under the wing. That's it. Where's the ingenuity in that crap? And then, these guys keep rolling out these new planes that quote them as new. We're so stuck, we're going to call these new B-52s, the I model, even though they were not brand new. So the first time in the history of, I'd like to point out, the 70-year history of the B-52, a new letter's coming out without building a new plane. Because, modern Air Force is fixated with doing that shit. And like every other B-52 model from the A to the H was a new build. Now they're going to call it the I just because they're giving it engines. Huh? What? That motherfucker's still 70 years old. But I digress. I mean, that is not a case of it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's just somebody's chicken shitting out in the politics game. Because for real, like, the B-1 and the B-2 are like 10 times the bomber the B-52 ever was, but you're keeping that ancient piece of crap flying until what? It just shakes apart in the sky? I mean, I wouldn't trust a 70-year-old in the air. Why am I trusting this 70-year-old in the air? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even like walking under them. I'd rather walk under a B-17 or a B-29 than a B-52. I know maintenance is good, but sorry, I'm catching up when it reads there. Yeah, it just... Okay, well, wait. If you're going to send me one, just launch it into the air towards me, and I'll see if I can pick it up. That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, I know. Went up in the blue. Okay, so it blew up, or it burned, or it got into one of the many thermals that picked it up or carried it off somewhere. I mean, like, dude, it wasn't like, see the picture? That was like with a zoom lens. But I mean, like, it isn't like unheard of for things, especially something small, to get carried away and never seen again. You don't think aliens just teleported it somewhere? Because why would they want paper technology? Or are they that small? You didn't put like you didn't put like a flea circus in there and they just like stole your plane, did you? Because seriously, if you did, try to get a hold of them, tell them to fly it my way, and I'll see what it looks like when they get it over here. Yeah, do that. Do that. Seriously. Uh, are you on the road heading to this place with the ties? Because I'm imagining you're going to Kansas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Pasadena. I mean, we know all the places. Right? If you're not in Pasadena or Palm Springs area, you can visit with Ben. He's down there. He just posted that video about being in the museum. So really cool place. You didn't do a comprehensive search, my friend. You needed to go out there and do a comprehensive, and it makes you feel stupid kind of search. And if you don't believe that, just ask Mark. About the time, I can't remember. I honestly don't remember now if it was his or mine. We lost. I think he threw one of mine, and then we proceeded to spend the next, like literally wasted 3 hours, including in the dark, looking for a plane that should have landed. We were like, where the hell is this plane? In a wide ass open field. You've seen some of the pictures. Damn, I could show you some of the pictures right here, right now, because I've got pictures from some of the day. This was happier times, but okay, you're not getting. How in the hell did you get that fast? This is a double click in my thing here, but this, this is when NASA's lived next to us back when he was Mink, and this is one of missiles aircrafts flying through. Oh, it didn't transition double time, but it didn't transition. Let me get a little bit higher there, dead in the center. Um, it was during this day, during these flights. Oh, I miss that car. Not the fucking Scion. Um, like you can't see the field because it's in reverse, but let's see if I can find another one. It was in the field we were standing in while during this flight. It's completely wide to hell open field. And like this was obviously during the day, and later on that day it got away and it gone. It just gone. I think we found it. But it was so aggravating that it like just fucking vanished. I mean, like for real. It shouldn't have been, for all intents and purposes, it shouldn't have been that bad. I'm trying to find, um, where would it be? It wouldn't be there. Spider wouldn't have been there. Diablo Akron obviously wouldn't have been there. I didn't even have that. Firecat's probably the only one it could possibly be. And Spider's only got like 7 pictures. Yeah, there's some of that incident, but I'm going to have to go to my shots. Well, no, Kay might actually have done it too. We were all there. No, I'm sorry. Bear with me. I'm obsessed with trying to find this. But like my point again is the fact that the field was just wide the hell open. Wide the hell open. And lost the freaking plane. And like it took us 3 hours going into dusk in the dark to find the damn thing when it really shouldn't have. It really, really shouldn't have. Jesus Christ. Oh, wait, was that throw? That was not throw. Was that throw? Oh, yeah, because the sky was not cloudy all day. Yeah, here you go. This is, yeah, you got that. This is the view. This is, I'll make it a little bit. I'm going to actually shrink this up so you can see, you get an idea of the field that this was. This is the field. God damn, fucking, I hate that crap. Here you go. This is better. And then it doesn't click when you want me to click. It drives me batshit crazy. Yeah, that was the field. Look at that. Wide open spaces. Why is it fuzzy? Wide open space. We look that way because there's electrical towers there, those big ass high voltage lines, and they're triple or double line, triple line. I think it's just double. The highway's behind us. Seriously, every plane stayed in that area. Matter of fact, you can see the one in the middle. I think it's a Firecat is flying. Lots of javelins I had out there. If I panoram that, you would just get more of that. And they usually couldn't make it to those apartments over there. Like, I just lost in that field 3 hours. Sucks. Your previous well, how are we going to know it's you? You're going to attribute it to OAE? Or are you actually going to go by a name? We'll see about that. Yeah, you need more bases, man. You need something other than home base. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I'm anxious and ripping for you to get something other than, the one base. You go back to having fuck. I gotta look it up. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put my base. Stop that. God damn. Shit is annoying, dude. For real. Just annoying as hell. With the missile. That doesn't matter. Yeah, because you had Edwards. And you moved it all to Stearns. Basically, we just up and moved you. See, that's the other reason why. The other thing about it is, okay, you could have broken it up, in which case your squadron numbers would have retained themselves. But see, now, I mean, okay, if you break it up, for example, with 1, 2, 3 bases, obviously, if you have all of your eggs in a basket, like, obviously, I would recommend at least 4 bases, 1 being the airlift, 1 being the bomber, 1 being the striker, 1 being the fighter. And since you have more, you can do 5 or 6 because you would have the training base as well. And anything else. If you have missiles, do that. But at least the 5 because you have enough to have all 5. And then you can split them up, obviously, wings or groups. And then all your squadrons that you have at Stearns, you can put them into different places. But see, what I'm thinking is, like, if you'd open up another base, you'd have that many more squadrons. You'd have double the number instead of just having a singular number right now. Now you just got a pool. You could borrow some of the ones that I haven't put back in there yet, even though I'm actually about right now going to fix where those squadrons went in the first place, because I need to fix where those squadrons went in the first place. You love having everything about you a mystery, don't you? We'll see. We'll see. Okay. We may know. We may know. Yeah. Westview. Yeah. He still has that base open because he has to have that base open because it's the only one he got. There's a javelin coming down on that particular flight. Um, it's the only one he got of. Yeah, see, that's javelin amongst the power lines. Well, dude, okay, I gotta ask you because I don't know. The same thing I would ask Robert here. Like, you see behind me, like I got. Okay, maybe I don't know if you're watching or hearing, but like I've got lines and I've got boxes. I mean, you saw my tour of my factory. It's gotten smaller since then. But do you have anything like that? How many fighters do you? How many? How much is in your fleet? How many do you have right now, physically, that can fly right now? And that's kind of a question for both of y'all. Like, because when you say like your numbers are declining, like my squadrons don't ever decline, ever, unless I close the base. And even still, like what I do is I close the base, and the squadrons will either redistribute or they're going to a hiatus. That's why I keep track of that in the installation sheet. And it's like if a new base opens, I can pull those squadrons back. They can stand back up and be based there. But you notice the squadrons are consequential. They're chronologically numbered. The bases are numbered as where your street address is, but the squadrons are chronologically numbered, which is again why it's important to have your dates when they open up and so on and so forth. Numbers decline. Yeah, well, I mean, like obviously the planes could decline, but How about 300? Okay. So we're about in the same status. Okay. Well, see, that's what I mean. Like, but you've got a couple bases. So you're not as big of a worry. You need something, my friend. You do need something out there. See, because Ori, oh, that's I'm gonna call you Ori. Ori, I don't know if you. I always picture you as having like one each of example, or maybe five. So I mean, again, prolific. But if you retire some, I figure the retirees may or may not be flight capable. I know in like my perspective, if they're retired, they're not flight capable. I could bust them out of the palace and get them that way if I kept them. But I mean, like you said, 300 flyable right now. I can probably bring, if I don't count Pry Fly, I can bring maybe 50 more available to fly. That also doesn't count the pad, but the pad's only got about like 20 planes in it, if that. And the Palace has 50, and those are all ancient, or at least like they're one offs that won't fly, but they could be made to fly again. That's the whole point of the Palace. The pad, they can fly, it's just I'm willing to destroy them. They're used for combat, like target practice and shit. And then like Pride Fly, well, the bodies, I've got a ton of bodies ready to go. So, but I don't count those. I know. I need to, like I said, I need to. If I show you Pacer, I got to show Pacer in one of the tech talks. I got to get that thing rolling. God, if my life didn't suck right now. Get more of these videos out and then pressure Mark to get back on the show. Well, he needs to get a place to live first. That dumbass decided to pack up shop and move. It's not his fault. I know why he did it, but I'm going to tease him a little bit. But I mean, like, gonna move when the housing market is so fucking hot and nobody wants to touch it anymore into a place that nobody wants to go anymore. So like good luck not only finding a reasonable price, a reasonable interest rate, but good luck also, like so much for getting house for your money and so much for getting an interest fucking so much for getting insurance at all because he lives in Florida and like what was it? Every insurance company backed out of Florida because basically it's sinking into the ocean. It literally might disappear in our lifetimes. Of course, I would say good riddance. I hate Florida, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, so you have a pride fly. That's what I figured. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of about what I figured. But see, that's what I mean. So like, when you say the numbers are declining, like, how much more declines can you be from 30? Because again, I consider an active aircraft one that could be ready to take outside right now, instantaneously. It's ready to fly. Which, of course, you should always have at least 5 interceptors ready to go at all times. Right? Can we not agree on that? Especially if we're here in IVPAC. If you're, dude, I thought about making that a stipulation. I almost thought to remake that a stipulation. Like, you must have 5 interceptors ready to go. That's defense, man. Somebody attacks you, you send in the interceptors. Rule number 1 of defense, right? You got to be ready. So you need to develop an interceptor, and you better have 5 at all times. Dude, whenever I go flying, there's always a javelin or a quill with me. Always. I mean, yes, there was one time I actually did miss that and pointed out. That's the only time I've ever missed that since I've been flying way back when. But anyway, like, yeah, dude, that's what I figured. No, and no, nor should you. But I mean, like, if you're talking about like we're going pure Air Force statistics, core statistics. You like active duty planes, your PAI, your primary aircraft inventory, right? The stuff that you can take outside and fly right now. You say your numbers are declining from 30, it's kind of scary. I mean, like me and Robert, like with fleet of 300, yeah, it's okay. Like let's tone it down a little bit. But I mean, I like having a few from each place because they're from each station. I mean, at least of all, like I think at the very least it could be kind of cool to just have one from each base, you know. And even in your case, if you're going to just have 4, it ain't gonna. Hell, it wouldn't even expand your fleet at all. Just because if you could split into 4 bases or 5 bases, you'd have all the primary roles covered in all the bases that you would have. That'd be more than Robert has. I suppose they do. It should almost makes me want to almost wants to make me get on that bandwagon, but I just don't like flying wings. there's a certain gracefulness in the sky, but like I said, I find more. I'm busy trying to get tail fins back, vertical fins back on aircraft, not take them off. So yeah, there's a certain gracefulness that can be had about a flying wing, but I'm not gonna look for it. I like the fins, dude. I like a horizontal or a vertical surface somewhere. I just can't. I can't not because I like fin codes. And like again, I said before, and I'll say it again, having a fin code on the gear door of a B2 looks stupid. Shouldn't even waste their time. If anything else, why don't you just? This would never ever happen, especially with the way we are now. But like, why don't you just make it so that the wings fold up, or give planes winglets for crying out loud? Why in the hell does the KC-30? Yeah, the Pegasus. Why does it not have winglets? Why? Why? Why is why are these people that just pour money into absolutely nothing talking about fuel economy and bullshit not giving the edge fuel economy wise? You put it on the C-17 and it's like, well, that was a great experiment. Never doing that again. Why don't you bring the C-5 in for re-winging? What's I get that you can't do it to a flying wing, but there's no excuse why on a tried and true design like the 767, you can't put winglets on it. And would the A330 MRTT, if we'd have picked that one, would that have gotten winglets? Or would they ever said, nope, don't need them either. We just want to just plug along, burning up the atmosphere? Because again, I mean, I understand every government entity is wasteful as all hell, so it doesn't matter to them whatsoever. But you put it on the C-17. You can do it again. Okay, so you do have a substantial fleet. See, okay, well then again, all the more reason, get you a couple bases out there. I like that. I like the fact that it sounds like we all have about the same amount of aircraft. I said, do what you said, divest, or diverse. I'm sorry, don't divest. No, you don't need to divest. You've already done that. Diverse, split up, make those bases go active. Or reserve, but in your case, because you still have Trolleyway reserve base, the only one you have, but you have, like, bring those back. Hell, bring Edwards back. I don't care, but like, bring them back. At least 5, including the one you're at, and then station all your birds around there, and then give them some fin codes. Boom, problem solved. Really cool. Well, see, yeah, I know, because dude, like, I have, I have to do that with mine. Oh shit, balls! How did I get this in here? Bear with me on this one. I haven't left yet. Jesus H Christ! How do I know when I do this? Damn it! All right, got on my yucks. All right, here we go. I fly. Yeah, see, just like you. There you go. This is my Pry Fly collection, of course. This is a Javelin sitting here and Pry Fly with an inaccurate code. But you'll see, like I said, like, see that? You can see that, right? That's the code. January 14, 2010. That's when this body was built. But it's obviously never flown because I don't have wings on it yet. That's my Pry Fly. So it's made up of a shit ton of those. Because I said, Pry Fly, as soon as you build this, just missing the wings or whatever else you want to put on it, it's a plane. Ready to go, ready to fly. This thing's already 14 years old, never having flown yet. And I got a ton of those. The box, like I said, I think I took you on the tour, and during the tour you saw the box. The box is full of these. Full of these, including Strawberry Shortcake. She's in there just making it smell good. Don't ask, guilty pleasure. Banshee, March 13, 2012. You can't tell that, but this one says April 6, 2010. I got a lot from that particular age. Especially, I think that's because I believe 2010 was one of the years that we did the one-a-days for the aircraft. So the one-a-days really increased. May 28, 2012. All these bodies never having been flown. So, I mean, if I want to count these bodies that are actually constituted towards my not the primary active inventory, but at least like, authorized usage inventory. There's a phase down there, 602 from August 28, 2010. So that thing's about to be 14 years old. But again, like I said, I don't count these yet because I can't take them out and fly them quite yet. Oh my God, they're wet. Well, looks like I'm going to have to turn the fucking humidifier back on in here. Or dehumidifier. They're wet. I can feel it. So anyway, yeah, no, I can relate then. I mean, that's what you're thinking. I can definitely relate. Your aircraft that, like, so I do have some at the ready, even now. Like, they're going to be. The funny thing is this thing doesn't even feel that wet. And the roundels. Oh my God. You like the squadron patches. You got to make some roundels. Those are hot. So you've kind of developed a manufacturing pattern that made them universal. But this one, like I said, you can see, that's the kind of cool thing. When you built it in 2010, you built it in 2012, you were like thinking like, you're here. But now you've learned some more new technology. Like, this plane could be ramped up to something else, That's what makes that shit cool. That's kind of what I like about it. That's it. That's things I might not have thought of, and I've got these bodies ready to go, and I'm going to use them. You know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta use them. Sorry, I actually brought the dehumidifier in here because I felt how wet the bodies were, and I'm like, I can't have that shit. So yeah. Okay, so again though, but like the point is, you got bodies available, you got aircraft available. So I mean, if you were really serious moments ago, where you were like, I can divest and create new bases. Oh, you son of a dick! I think you should. Yeah, I know because we got a ton of water. LG. And now I had to empty the water. I'm sorry. Not even that high. Like, this is 63, but obviously the planes are feeling it. So we're going to have to turn that thing off for a bit. 12 to 13-year-old designs that are in prototype testing. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, dude, yeah. But it's cool that you can do that. It's cool that you have the bodies and the ability to, like, again, fall back on and test the new techs on there, because they could be more than what they were. Of course, your other problem with that is they may have been all right the way they were. Like, you didn't need to do that. You know what I mean? Like, something might have worked without it. I don't know. Come on. You like it. There it is. Give me that shot. Yeah, just flipping through the shots of that particular exercise out at Westview when I lost the plane and we lost the plane, but we got a lot of flying done. Seriously, there was 4 of us out there that time. You guys would have loved that crap. I know, that's true. 12, 13 years old, though, I agree with you. That's kind of ancient in our lingo, but I always wondered. I think we've talked about that, or I've talked about that on the show, and I've always wondered that. I've wondered, like, what an old plane would do with new tech. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like a P-51 or P-38 or P-47 or a P-40 should be brought into like our modern day Air Force. However, to build one, I mean, we know the specs, we could do it. To build one up to modern standards, perhaps going as far as to giving it fly-by-wire, like, would they be better? A biplane, like a Sopwith Pup or, a SE Mark V, anything like that. Or a DR-1. I mean, seriously, like, if we built them with the now technology, I mean, I'm not saying they would go all metal, but maybe. But you'd have the engineer work on them and figure out what would balance out. Like the designer and engineer could work together, figure out the specs and work it out and say, like, okay, so maybe you don't want cloth wings on it anymore, or a cloth body, but maybe we can go with all wood and, develop it. And I mean, like, would they benefit, or did we really reach peak tech when we retired them after we went, like, from biplane to monoplane, from prop to jet? Obviously, we haven't reached peak tech with jet yet, but I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, I'm just thinking, like, in the past, like how we did it, like the P-47, the Corsair, the A-26, the A-20, B-26 as you would call it. But, like, I mean, there's so many different ways. Like, we learn now, like, okay, every aircraft back then's empennage could probably be changed and be a highly more effective aircraft. Just that simple change, because a lot of times we built something that's like, yeah, well, they all had straight wings, but what if we swept them a little bit? I'm not talking about like F-16 style or swept wing a la F-111 style, but I just mean, like, give it a little bit of sweep and stop making like the tailplane just a slab butterfly, like it actually has some slant to it. Because, like, seriously, you've seen the Corsair. The vertical tailplane on the Corsair is a joke. If they would have had something sleek or something like that, Bearcat style, boy, woo, Panther Cat style, when we actually were getting somewhere. Hell, even the P-51s would have benefited it. But or does it? You don't think there's a possibility of gaining enough performance to make it worthwhile? I mean, like, yes, I'm all for new designs and everything like that, but if you could, me, I'm also a tinkerer. If you could bring an old design up to par with some new tech attached to it, what's wrong with that? Hell, that's why the Phase 8 and 9 exist. That's why the 10 and 11 are coming. That's more you guys than me, but still, I mean, like, dude, for real. This is all expounded on the Phase 1. And, like, sometimes I, dip back into that pool and put Phase 1 stuff back into, like, some of these. I mean, yeah, granted, it's not exactly how they work, so it's not exactly how it is done, but it can be. I just, man, I can't see, I don't want to waste it. Like, I mean, I'm not suggesting, like, okay, let's just turn all of our tech back. But I am saying, like, okay, I don't think you should eradicate it. I think you should, like, at least commit a couple of examples to it and seeing if, like, okay, can they be brought up to par? Yeah, of course. There's reasons why we retire. But us as paper airplane designers, it's a lot different than, like, the cutthroat world that it is now, I'm having to design something stealthy or different exotic metals to be able to take different amount of G's while it dogfights or have the radar see through it, you know? We can do that. And especially you and I mean, like, or any of us that have a pry fly, it'd be a lot easier because we've got planes sitting back that are just waiting to go. And it's not like we forgot how to build the designs either. At least I haven't. I hope you guys hadn't, but hey, I wanted to add, that's good that you brought that up too. Like, okay, that's literally just adding a pod slash pylon on board. I mean, like literally, I understand that you actually have to go through some carriage testing and so on and so forth. I'm not belittling the program. What I am asking though is like, that's just a pylon. Yeah, I mean, for real, that's just a pod slash pylon integration. A lot of planes can do that. Not every plane, but a lot of planes can do that. So it's not really like it's not something you add on that, it's hard to put. It's like, it's not a fin. It's not a flap. It's not a flight control surface. It's simply a pod pylon. So it can be attached and unattached. It's, hell, it's not even permanent. But basically what I'm saying is it's not like an aerodynamic device. It's simply an add-on. Like an add-on. It's like, so, forgive me. I don't really know what I'm getting at with that. I don't mean to be like talking to end around. It just, in my mind, I'm foreseeing the question and like it's not confusion either because I know it. I know the problem. I've watched you develop it. I've watched you how it's done it. But I was kind of going along the lines of what I said, like, it's not an aerodynamic device. It's not giving something a vertical fin. It's not giving something canards, taking those away. It's like testing out a new weapon pod on an aircraft, a real aircraft, so it's just a pod. And therein lies my problem, and therein lies my problem with being able to describe it to you. It's like, you're not, I don't know what to do with it, man. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to ask or not ask or whatever it is. It's a tech, but it's not really, like, you're not furthering its flight. You're just trying to see if a pod can be added onto an aircraft. Obviously, you're trying to make sure it's not detrimental to the flight, but it's not something like, okay, this works. All of these are going to have pods now. Hell, it flies better with the pod. Now, that could happen, and that could be more, when I'm saying that, that's like more along the lines of what I'm thinking, but you don't expect that of a pod. That should just be something that, like, okay, for this particular mission, it wears the pod because it can. But for the next mission, it might not have to, therefore I take it off. You know what I mean? I know I'm being about as clear as mud, but it just seems it's frustrating because I can't really word it the way I'm thinking it. It's a pod, it's a pod. It's not like, I put fins on this, therefore it's going to have fins, and I just create a new plane because of it. Pods don't do that. A weapon doesn't do that. That's kind of more what I'm saying. That's not a different mark. You can make it a different mark because it can carry the pod. And in paper airplane lingo, that does mean something different. That means it's strong enough. That means it's aerodynamic enough to handle it, blah, blah, blah. So, but I mean, like, that's basically just saying that Turbo Vulcan is PC, pod capable, or MUP capable, MC, whatever. For example. But again, like, per mission requirements. So it's like a weapon. It's like a multi-use pod. You're not like, oh, it's not going to be as aerodynamic. We're going to do without it this time. See what I mean? Maybe yeah, I'm having problems with describing it. Again, that could be because I'm being tired. Because in my mind, I can see it, and like it's not a question, but it's not like, okay, you don't design a plane around the pod and then call it a new plane. You've made pods. It's multiple pods, and they can go on different aircraft. And then you test them on the aircraft, and it's like, this one can carry it, this one cannot. Blah, blah, blah. Like, that's why I have the tech sheet. I mean, I have a tech sheet. You've seen it, I think. It's in the contractors. And it's like I keep track, I chart for everybody. Like you guys can use it, of course. Everybody's available there. It's got all your planes. It's got all the tech that all of us, hopefully all of us together can think of. And it's like, try it out on this plane. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does work, we've tried it. It works. Maybe it's something you can explore. It's something as simple as putting a staple in the middle of the plane versus having them up on there. You know, that's what I mean. Did you do a write up on the MUPs, by the way? Like a how to build? Because if you haven't, hope you did. Because that might be something I need to explore with like putting something on there. Although, like, you know, building a pod is like one thing, but. And obviously, it's kind of cool that they can carry these in like a hard point style status, but you know, obviously, like the smaller the plane, the tougher carriage is, which is why, like, even my light airlift aircraft are big. So heavy airlift is super big because the heavy airlift aircraft are expected to be able to carry something like a small stapler without any severe weight penalty enough to decrease their flight time or path that much. Obviously the MUP is like that, but can the MUP carry stuff like that? And is that its purpose? Does that instantly make an aircraft a bomber or an airlift? I don't know. Yeah. Oh man, this has actually gotten good. You guys are here. I thank you for coming out. This made it way more interesting. I mean, I was going to talk because I needed to talk and get this out here because, like I said, life is really kicking me upside the head. I swear to God, I'm not doing this again. I swear to God, I can't do this again. I'm really getting pissed off about missing all of my godforsaken summer, even though I hate it anyway, but I can't do anything. All of our long, nice days, and trust me, this summer in Wisconsin has been really nice. We've only had a couple days over 80. And like you guys, like, hell, California par for the course, but in Georgia where it's like routinely 90 from basically June to September, days that are like peaking out at 78, it's beautiful up here. The humidity's rough. And there's a lot of days I wouldn't be flying. But like in the heat of the day when you got the sun beating down on you, it's oppressive to you, but you can fly because the paper puts up with it a lot better when the heat just dries the humidity off the aircraft. In any case, it's beautiful, and I'm burning out on it. Like I have this house. We've been living here for a while. I can't do anything outside because I can't get outside because I got to sleep all day so I can work all night. It is fucking frustrating. Can't fish, can't play tennis, can't ride a bike, except I ride my bike to work. Don't get me started. I don't really want to think about it. It's actually really kind of depressing. Like one of the new guy we got there, he's like, well, it is just only 4 months. Yeah, 4 months are the longest days in Wisconsin. When all your family and friends, like if your family, like my family, they have all kids, so they go to school, so they go off summer vacation. So everybody does something in summer, which I can't be a part of because I got to work at night and sleep during the day. Yeah, I can take time off. But what am I going to do? Burn all my time off during summer, picking days here and there when, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way to live, dude. Not considering that my normal day is supposed to be 4 10-hour days so I can have 1 day off a week. See what I mean? Like, I got a normal 40-hour work week like everybody else, but I pick 4 10s so I can have 1 day off every week. Then we got to go to this shit 12 hours, 7 days a week. It's actually 12 and a half because, again, this is the only place I've ever worked at that doesn't constitute lunch as part of your 12 hours. So technically it's 12 and a half. So over half my day spent at work. And then to have any semblance of sleep, I have to at least get 5, which shortchanges me. Prefer 6 to 7. So what does that leave me with? Enough time to do like an oil change. This is not a work-life balance, and I've got to get out of this mess. But anyway, dudes, let me wrap this because I do need to sleep because I got to get up for work in the morning because I work during the days on the weekends because that's where I'm at. Yeah, I don't recommend this. Anyway, look, seriously, thanks for coming out. Thanks for listening to the rants and paper airplane talk. I promise I'm gonna try not to get into you once I get out of this stupid schedule. I'm trying to like liven this up with better shows, more shows, and get all the people back on. But it's guys like you. Oh, wait, Ori and Robert. Again, like you guys help keep this pulse up. It's great that you're here. Thank you for doing that. Um, Apparently, it doesn't take too much out of you because it's part of your schedule. You can come out really weird because I mean, Robert, it's 3 a.m. for you. What the hell are you doing? But I am glad you're here. Um, Hopefully, we'll all like do this more often. Hopefully, we can maybe even get together and do something. Ori, I'm looking forward to seeing what you're talking about here. Um, I'm looking forward to seeing if I can talk you into getting at least 3 more bases out of you so you can have some fin codes and put your little squadron patches on planes. I really, dude, after seeing your old videos, that's actually what I look forward to most of because I thought you were like me. It's like you got a squadron at a base. You're gonna get a little thing like my roundels. You could put your little squadron on that sticker and then apply the sticker, and they have little squadrons. I look forward to doing that with the Mad Ducks. I want to put a Mad Duck on there for the 333rd Bomb Wing that I have at Keesler at Mississippi. Yeah, I do that. But anyway, yeah, let me wrap this. I do have to sleep. It's been great chatting with you guys. Thanks for coming out. We're gonna be back at it. We're gonna be back live. Hopefully more often than this. Appreciate you. Hopefully you're still work your projects. Try to get some flights in. Try to talk some up. Oi, can I talk you into some videos? At least you're chatting, man. At least you're chatting. It's good to see you. Hear you, see you with quotes. And all the rest of you guys, like we'll be back. Stick with us.